Kimberley, the birthplace of De Beers. Millions of years ago, tiny crystals of pure carbon were formed in the heat and pressure of a volcanic eruption. When the volcanic pipe was discovered in 1871, it created a frenetic diamond rush as fortune seekers armed with shovels and sieves poured into the area. One was Cecil Rhodes, the son of a Hertfordshire parson, and the man who forged the British Empire in southern Africa. Before Kimberley, the value of diamonds was based on their scarcity. Rhodes saw the simple truth that the vast new quantities being mined were forcing down the price. He began to buy out the individual diggers. If diamond mining was to be profitable, the supply had to be controlled. In 1880, he formed the De Beers Mining Company, and in 10 years he controlled 95% of the world's diamond production. He promptly closed half the mines. Output fell, and the price began to rise. De Beers is the only part of Rhodes' imperial dreams to survive. After his death, De Beers was bought out by Ernest Oppenheimer, the founder of the present dynasty.
I suppose you could say that being an Oppenheimer gives you an advantage, because my family, since my grandfather's time, has been intimately involved in the diamond business. But it's nice. I take particular pleasure in finding the people we do business with consists of brothers and uncles and aunts and cousins, and it may be old-fashioned, but I find it a more attractive way of doing business.
52 million tons of ore have been mined from this pit, but it produces less than a teaspoonful of diamonds per ton. De Beers argues that only long-term stable prices for diamonds ensure that it's worth looking for that teaspoonful. Some of these diamonds will be low quality and used for industrial purposes. The huge profits lie in gems. Who would invest millions in a diamond mine unless they were sure of the end profit? Production is known in advance and kept steady. It's not a haphazard search. A good diamond weighing just 1/5 of a gram can be worth more than £1,000. The final extraction has to be done by hand, or rather by tweezers held by hands in fixed gloves inside sealed boxes, for this is a danger moment for De Beers. Security is very tight. Do you ever think of how much the value of the diamonds are that you're handling? Do you know what how much they're worth?
I think it's millions or something like that.
Do you ever think about it when you're working?
Yes, we think when we pick it up and throw it in the hole.
Do you think you'd ever buy a diamond yourself, that you might own one?
Oh, it's a lot of money. Maybe one day.
One diamond could equal a lifetime's wage for these workers. Some have succumbed to the temptation and been caught, their pictures displayed to discourage the others. But this Namibian mine is still losing about £20 million worth a year through theft, sometimes by ingenious schemes.
Someone had taken a carrier pigeon in and then loaded it with diamonds. Unfortunately, the poor bird was overloaded with diamonds and didn't make it over to the security fence. So security picked up the bird, relieved it of some of its diamonds, gave it some water, resuscitated it, gave it some resting time, and then let it go again, and they followed into town apparently on motorbikes, and it was quite a chase, and followed it to its roost.
Swallowing diamonds is a common method of theft. As miners come off shift, they enter a room with a one-way mirror. They hand in their identity cards and place their hands on a plate which tests pulse rate. That's checked against their normal pulse rate recorded on their identity card. Anyone whose pulse is abnormal is taken aside, searched, and X-rayed.
There's a reward for people who are working, as in, for instance, the bedrock cleaning, who actually will be seeing diamonds and will be picking them up. They get a percentage, which is, I believe, about 30%. If you turn in somebody who approaches you with diamonds, After independence, it used to be 30%, that's now gone up to 70%. So what it means is that bounty hunting has become quite a lucrative business in that way.